scheduling as you go through the conference. A lot of teams made good on the bottom part of this conference, and records look real good. But this week is going to determine who really is good and who's not.
Scrappers have hope this week. They've got Arkadelphia next week, and if the Scrappers can take care of business, the Arkadelphia series will be big. It'll be Brown, Courtney, and Johnson. Jack Johnson, then Sam Johnson, Juarez, and the first batter, ball two hit to the right, and Jaden Brown, as I was going through the lineup, Jaden Brown steps up, and Fritz gets a start at second base. Frank, can talk about that play he made to start the game.
Yeah, Brett Fritz getting the start today out there at second base. He had to go to left really hard and had to lay out, dive, and made that, popped up. Recorded the first out. Really nice play.
Center fielder Austin Courtney, one pitch, one out. Now ball to Courtney. And ball two outside, and JT has joined us with a headset now. And JT talking about Boone's outing at the Queen. He pitched a complete game in the high 80s, I believe, in pitching.
86 pitches he had. It was a great game.
And now a strike to Courtney. Jack Johnson, their third baseman, on deck. And ball three goes outside. DeVince Davis coaches down at first for Hope. Their head coach Cliff Johnson in the box at third. Another ground ball to Fritz. This one's a little easier. He grabs it and throws it to Kirby. 2 up and 2 down, and if they'll round out to Fritz, Frank, he'll tie a record for assists in an inning.
Right.
Frank, you mentioned about the game in the pregame about what you would want your kids to do, play against their standards, not against Hope. And JT Hope has stayed in some games for a while, at least this year.
Yeah, they had Arkadelphia 2-1 in the fourth, and then Arkadelphia ran away with that. But then that next game against Arkadelphia, I think Arkadelphia scored 21 in the first inning. So they've definitely had their struggles, but they've shown that they can battle as well.
Probably got it. I don't know their stats. Probably got one pretty good arm, and I imagine we'll see him today as ball one to Johnson goes high. Boone throws it inside, and 2 straight pitches get away from the catcher, Gage Green. Set the Scrapper defense for you after this pitch. 2 up and 2 down. If you're around the area, come by the ballpark. Frank, about as good a day as you'd want to watch ball this afternoon.
Yep, it's 70. Very light breeze today.
And Boone floats a curveball that stays high. Third place hitter Jack Johnson. And a strike over the outside edge. Scrappers defensively have Green behind the plate. Honey at third, Arnold at short, Fritz at second, Kirby at first. And a ball goes low in the first base run of the day by Walt. Left to right around the outfield is Chambers, Hutchinson,
Now back
and
for the
Gray.
Bobcats, the catcher, number 8, Sam Johnson.
Now Boone will be out of the set position for the first time. Kirby holds against the runner, gets a pretty good lead over there. And a wild pitch, and now the Bobcats have a runner in scoring position. Pitch to the batter. Look back to second. And a strike right down the middle. First few pitches, Frank. Boone's have been around the plate, but with 3 or 4 pitches when he's missed badly.
He has that. Got good velocity out there today.
Line drive into right. It'll be a base hit. They're going to send the runner. Here comes the throw, and it'll be offline. And Bobcats take a 1-0 lead. A walk, a wild pitch, and a base hit.
Now batting for the Bobcats.
Frank, everybody's put it in play. Been late on Boone. They've all hit it to the right side. Now we're going to have a courtesy runner coming out for the catcher. Hadn't got his number. This is their pitcher, Juarez. Good cut and misses.
Courtesy running down first base for the Bobcats, number 42, J.J.
42, Gully coming in to run.
Appropriate number to
That's
have
what I
on.
was going to say, Frank. If you go home and watch a Major League Baseball game tonight, they'll all have on 42. Why is that?
That's Jackie Robinson Day. Marks his debut in 1947.
And the 0-2 pitch and a little tapper up the middle. Fritz catches it and throws to first for the out. And Fritz has all 3 assists, but the Bobcats score 1 run on a walk, a wild pitch, and a base hit. Scrappers are behind 1-0. They come to the plate, bottom of the first. Come back and join us. It'll be Boone, Gray, and Kirby. This is Scrapper Baseball. Only 2 more home games for Nashville this season, and one of them's tomorrow, a non-conference game against Falk at 4, and then what possibly could be a big game a week from Friday versus the Arkadelphia Badgers. JT will keep us abreast of Arkadelphia and DeQueen as the games go along this afternoon. Also Magnolia and Fairview. Here's the pitcher, Luke Boone. Boone, a left-handed hitter.
Boone hitting 292 on the year, 7 RBIs. Got 4 doubles for the Scrappers, 2 triples.
Watching Juarez warm up, looks like he's not going to throw it really hard. And Boone takes one for a strike. And Boone way out in front fouls it to the right side. He's behind in the count, 1-2. After 2 or 3 pitches, Frank Juarez kind of looks like he's pushing it up there a little bit.
Yeah, he's doesn't have a lot of velocity on the ball, but he has been keeping it down. Watching him warm up, everything is low. See if he can keep that going.
Boone pops it up into right field. It's carrying pretty good back there. I don't know whether they see it or not, and it falls between the right fielder and the center fielder. And Boone headed to third, dives in, safe over there, and Boone gets a triple. Frank talked about that ball hung up in right center field. I don't know whether it was the sun or what, but
Both of them got over that way, but they didn't really have much chance. One of them was going to have to make an outstanding play on it, and they both pulled up at the last second. Boone broke hard right out of the box, just like they had to do to get the triple. He was not checking up, and so he's safely in there at third.
Gage Applegate runs for him. Foul ball to second. That'll score the run, and Gray quickly ties the game as Boone triples and Gray gets a ground out with an RBI to second base. Frank, you mentioned a while ago, Juarez, not a lot of speed on the baseball, It's going to be really important for these scrappers to stay back and wait on that ball.
Yeah, you got to be on deck getting your timing down on these guys.
Carson Kirby fouls it off the end of his bat to the left side, left-handed hitting first baseman. The Queens up 1-0 in the first on Arkadelphia. And a swing and a foul back. Chambers on deck.
Kirby's the team leader in RBIs with 18 on the year. He's a 269 hitter. Leads the team with 8 doubles. He has a home run to go with that.
Outfield shades him around to the right. And the ball goes low. Left fielder playing him straight away. Big alley in left center field. Not much breeze this afternoon. Swinging a foul. Todd Ledford in the first base coaching box for the Scrappers. Head coach Zach Stewart is in the box at third. Pitch to Kirby. Line drive, let's see if it stays fair. Just foul down the right field line, about 3 feet foul. Kirby makes a bid for an extra base hit. Ball hooking off the left-handed bat and hit about 3 feet foul.
And they shade him to pull even more now.
And he hits it up the middle for a base hit. Good at bat for Kirby, huh, Frank?
As they say, we Willie Fuller hit them where they ain't. Good at bat by Kirby.
Here's Carson Chambers.
Now batting for the Scrappers, the left fielder, number 1, Carson Chambers.
Carson bat 286 on the year. He's got 7 RBIs. He's hit 2 home runs.
Thought he had the key hit in the first inning last Friday against DeQueen, Frank.
Yeah, it really got us off to a good start on that.
JT, gonna put you on the spot. Who you picking today, Arkadelphia or DeQueen?
You know, I think DeQueen's going to battle back and want to get themselves back in the conversation, so I'm taking DeQueen.
Ball goes low. Frank, I'm sure Coach Ethan Crocker from DeQueen after Friday's game in Nashville 10-run them in 6 innings. I'm sure he had some concern about his team. Came in first of the week, highly ranked in the state, 11-1, and left with 2 defeats.
Yeah, he had to get them reorganized, re-gone. Sometimes a loss like that can be really good motivation.
1-1 here in the first against the Bobcats. Boone leads off with a triple. Gray grounded out, knocked him in. Kirby singles, and Chambers hits a long one. High fly ball way back, and yes, sir, a big fly by Carson Chambers. And it sails out over the right field wall, Frank, and that was one of those towering, majestic home runs.
Yeah, he got every bit of that one. Had good backspin on it, carried really well. No doubt off the bat, 2-run home run, Carson Chambers.
And Frank, we mentioned it earlier in the season. Chambers hit it some bad luck, and I was talking to Coach Stewart. You know, you want to think that stuff evens out, and he's been hot lately.
Yeah, you keep hitting it, it does even out.
Here's Mason Honey. Takes the ball way outside. Scrappers jump out to a 3-1 lead. Only 1 out here in the first. Scrapperette softballers playing across the way at Futrell Field. Scrapperette softballers had a big win. Now the pitch to Honey, ball 2. Had a big non-conference win at Malvern yesterday against a really good Malvern team, I understand.
Only hitting .315, 11 RBIs for the Scrappers. He's got 3 doubles.
And the pitch, and a ball 3. Frank mentioning Malvern. Long-time spring sports members, Malvern and Ashdown, not in the conference this year. That doesn't do our conference any good.
No, it doesn't.
And a 4-pitch walk to Honey. Now we got the Fritz gang coming up. It'll be Peyton followed by Brett.
Now batting for the Scrappers, the designated hitter.
Peyton made a
number
little bit of a
16,
whip,
Peyton
Jim. First
Fritz.
play of the game, Frank.
That was Brett, I believe.
Yeah, that was Brett.
Brett, I've got him.
Peyton's had 9 at bats so far this year. He's hitting .333. He's got 13 stolen bases as a courtesy runner, pinch runner. He's real effective in that role for the Scrappers.
I've got it wrong on my book, so y'all are telling me that Brett is the second baseman and
Yes.
Peyton is the
DH.
DH.
That's what you get for writing it in pen.
I guess that's what you say. I guess that's when you say my bad. Some way I copied it wrong. I feel now straight away for Peyton Fritz. And he takes a ball just outside. Coach Johnson wanting to know where that one was. And a strike. 3-1. Brett Fritz on deck. Ground ball, base hit to left field. Only stops at second as the center fielder comes over and gets it in.
Now batting for the Scrappers, the second baseman.
One out
number
here in the
9,
first.
Brett
Scrappers
Fritz.
already have 4 hits and a walk. This is Brett Fritz, second baseman. How about this? Brett Fritz kind of had a web, Jim, for the first play of the
Yeah,
game. How
that'll
about
work.
that?
There it is.
He's hitting 286 with 14 at bats so far on the Scrappers.
And takes a strike. Runners at first and third. First and second. Honey's at second, Fritz at first. And the ball goes high outside. Scrubbers up 3-1 here in the first. Threatened to get some more. Pop foul over behind the visitors' bullpen on the right side. Madden Arnold on deck. And the ball gets away, and both runners will advance on a wild pitch. Ball was over the catcher, Sam Johnson's head. Infield back in the middle. Ground ball will score another run. And a ball inside. Juarez not going to throw it by anybody. Full count now to Brett Fritz. And a walk.
Second walk issued in this inning by Juarez.
And Coach Johnson hadn't crossed the foul line yet to have a visit, but now he calls time. Frank Madden Arnold, he has had some big hits here in the last several ball games. Come up with some, he's gotten a little hot offensively.
He has. He started off really slow this year, but as of late, like I said, I'd like to see his batting average over the last 3 or 4 games. He's added 4 RBIs here in this last week and a half. Really coming on, playing good, solid defense out there at short for the Scrappers.
Scrappers have the Bobcats in a mess here, as they have the bases loaded and 1 out and have already played in 3. Arnold is the 8th batter of the inning. Coach Johnson walks back to the
Now batting for the
dugout.
Scrappers, the shortstop, number 17, Madden Arnold.
And a ball high. First baseman plays in front of the runner. Big swing, and Arnold way out in front on that slow pitch. speedy center fielder Zeus Hutchison in the on-deck circle for the Scrappers. And a strike 2 to Arnold. Arnold wants to put it in play. Scrappers like to add on to a 3-run first. Ground ball back to the pitcher. He knocks it down. Let's see if he can get anybody out. He throws to first, and the first baseman drops it, and 2-run score, and the runners will end up on first and third. Ball hits Juarez in the wrist. Frankie made a good throw to his first baseman. He just dropped it.
Yeah, it kind of handcuffed him over there a little bit.
Now batting for the
But
Scrappers,
good
the
hustle
center
by
fielder, number
Peyton
2,
Ritz
Zeus
at second. He
Hutchinson.
was getting it all the way again and scores all the way from second on the ball hit back to the pitcher.
Bases were loaded, Frank. After Juarez corralled it, you think he had a force at the plate or not?
No, I don't think he did.
And Hutchinson takes the ball. Runners at first and third, only one out, and there goes the runner, and they throw through, and the second baseman cuts it off in front of second base, so it's a stolen base. Now base hit might give the Scrappers their 7th run of the inning. And Hutchinson takes it inside and low. Nice Tuesday afternoon crowd here. Hope brought a few people.
He's got 6 RBIs on here. He'd like to pick up 2 more here.
And a strike over the outside edge. Boone let it off with a triple, and the Scrappers have kept going since then. They've already plated 5. Ground ball to the shortstop. He throws to first and out, just out, as Hutchinson hustles down the line, but he gets an RBI, Frank.
Yeah, they had to hurry to get him. He's got good speed, and he's always out there hustling. Productive out. We've had 2 ground ball outs. Both of them have produced RBI.
Scrappers have batted around. 10th man to hit this inning is Luke Boone. Boone pops it foul over the grandstand. Six-run first. See how Boone is when he gets back to the mound, Frank. He's had to sit for a long time.
He got a little running in last time up, though.
He hits it high into there. It's right towards the center fielder. He hasn't moved. And he drops it right to him, never moved, and Boone will go to third. The center fielder, Austin Courtney, literally never moved a step, and the ball hit his glove, Frank, and just popped out.
And you're right. He did not have to move at all. Stood there, waited. Like I said, he just closed his glove a little too early.
And that kind of stuff happens when you haven't won a ball game. Now the Scrappers have a runner at third. Gray 0 for 1, but he's got an RBI to show for it. And ball outside. 2 errors have helped the Scrapper cause, but they've gotten 4 hits this inning. Gray half swings and doesn't go. And Juarez has thrown how many pitches this inning, JT?
Juarez, for the Bobcats, has thrown 37 pitches.
3-0. Gray takes a long look down. He'd just as soon have the green light here. And he got it, and he pops it up. Let's see if it stays in play. Third baseman after it, catcher after it, and it hits just over the screen. May have hit a fan.
That glanced off shoulder one down there, just sitting inside the screen. He looks all right.
The screen and roof on the grandstand. It's about 15, 18 feet. And 4 or 5 times a year, Frank One will get in between it. Line drive. Second baseman knocks it down. Good play, and Gray is safe. Frank hit her error there.
That's a base hit.
I thought so. Pretty good play by the second baseman to knock it down, and Gray scooting down the line.
Yeah, that's based on
Now batting for the Scrappers, number 34,
errors
Carson
on
Carter.
a routine play that should have been made. That wasn't going to be routine. That would have been a really good play that he held on to it.
And there goes Gray down to second base. Scrappers have done what they wanted to. They've come in and jumped on the Bobcats here in the first. Kirby way out in front, fouls it by the Bobcat dugout.
Kirby single and scored his first time up. Looking to get 2 hits in the first inning.
And a shot at the second baseman. He gets this one on one hop, and Kirby is out 4-3. Big inning for the Scrappers. They send 12 to the plate. They score 8 runs on
Buck the first, Scrappers score 8 runs on 5 hits.
5 hits, a couple of errors, and a runner left. Boone back to the mound. Nashville got a big 8-1 lead. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. Back to the mound. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 for the Bobcats. Drake Mathis, Trey Hoagland, and Riley Bramlett.
Leading off for the Hope
Running
Bobcats at the
first,
top of the second inning
base
will
on
be the
ball,
first baseman,
one
number
hit.
33.
JT's got us updated on the other games. The Queen and Arkadelphia 1-1 in the second. And maybe a little surprise, and maybe not. Fairview up 3-0 on Magnolia. And Boone throws a ball just outside. JT, Fairview thinks if we can beat Magnolia, we got a chance to sneak in this regional tournament.
Yeah, you know, Fairview sitting there, Magnolia not careful, they'll get themselves left out if Fairview can win those ball games.
And that would be a while, as Magnolia was predicted to be really good before the season. Second pitch, a strike, and now Boone throws a fastball underneath Mathis' hands for strike 2. And a curveball, and good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. A 3-pitch strikeout to Drake Mathis.
Now batting for the Bobcats, the left fielder, number 7, Trey Hoagland.
Trey Hoagland, the batter. Hoagland's name is a name associated with Hope Athletics. Boone swings a fastball up there just a little high. And now he tries a breaking ball, and it stays high. Outfield fairly shallow and straight away for the Bobcats. Swinging a foul back to the right side. We'll have Coach Zach Stewart up after the ball game, and one of his seniors. He's got 5. We've talked to 3 of them, and tries that curveball. Frank's not getting much bite on that breaking ball.
No,
yet.
he's not. We hadn't had really good luck last couple of games throwing our curveball, either pitcher.
And a walk. Second walk by Boone. First walk, scored a run.
Hope will be the second baseman, number 24.
Bobcats took
Riley
a
Bramlett.
short-lived 1-0 lead. This is their second baseman, Bramlett. Kirby holds against the runner. And a ball low. And a ball outside. Boone having a little trouble finding the plate all of a sudden. Didn't have that problem a week ago today against the DeQueen Leopards. And ties him up with a low inside fastball and a weak swing by Brantley, and he comes up empty. And another late swing and a foul back to the screen. Chairback's pretty full all the way around the ballpark. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and Brantley is the second strikeout victim of the inning. And this is their right fielder, Aiden
The
Dean,
back for
coming to the
the
plate.
Bobcats, the right fielder, number 2, Aiden Dean.
And a weak swing on a curveball. Boone's working on that breaking pitch. Frank, he's trying to find
He
it.
needs to find it, and he needs to work on it some today.
There's another one. He pops it up. Who wants it? Hutchison wants it. I'm sorry, Arnold wants it. Arnold is short. And Arnold catches it right behind the mound. So no damage done by the Bobcats. No runs, no hits, no errors. A walk. Left one on base. Going in the bottom of the second. Scrappers up 8-1. We'll be right back in 1 minute on B99.5. Thank you. Scrappers hit 12 to the plate in the first inning.
Number 1,
8 of
Carson
them
Chambers.
crossed the plate with a run. What Carson Chambers do when he batted, Frank?
He had a 2-run home run to right field his first time up. His third home run on the year.
And takes a ball just outside. Juarez had about a 40-something pitch first inning. Scrapperettes playing over at Futrell Field. And a little off-the-handle base hit over the second baseman's head. Chambers, he's 2 for 2. That batting average is climbing for Carson.
It really is. He's coming on.
And batting for the Scrappers, number 13, Mason Honey.
Honey walked and scored. Now a little flare may drop into right field. There comes the right fielder, and the ball gets out of his glove. Might get a force at second, and no, they don't. Chambers had to hold up as the right fielder dove, Frank, and what are you giving Honey?
One base hit. He had to dive, lay out for that. made a really
Now
good
batting
effort
for
on
the
it.
Scrappers, the designated
Ball may have been
hitter,
in his
16,
glove for
Peyton Fritz.
a half a count.
He lost it as he hit the ground, so it'd been a really good play if he could have held on.
First baseman plays in front of the runner, and Scrappers threaten to get some more. There goes the runner to third, and he has a jump and a throw, but no chance there. Honey follows him down, so now it's second and third. Honey gets the easy stolen base
Yeah,
on that, Frank.
Good job following that.
Ground ball to short, at least one will score. Picks it up and throws, and he beats it. And Fritz can scoot down that line, Frank. I think he leads the team in stolen bases because he's courtesy run. He had 13 going into the day.
Yeah, he got down the line in a hurry. It was a slow hopper out there. Shortstop did a good job coming in, charging, and got rid of it fast, but Peyton's speed was just too much, so he gets a single and an RBI.
And there he goes to second, and they throw to the second baseman who comes across, and the Scrappers don't bite again.
Brett Fresh walked his first time up. He scored in that big first inning.
Frank's scorebook is already messed up as the Scrappers sent 12 to the plate in the first. And there's a ball towards center field. Center fielder runs in. He dives. He makes the play, but it'll go down as a sacrifice fly. Pretty good play by the center fielder,
Really
Frank.
good play by him.
Now batting for
Long
the
way to
Scrappers,
go to get that
number
ball.
17, Madden Arnold.
Dives, lays out, comes up with it.
And Honey scores the 10th Scrapper run. Arnold reached on an error by the first baseman his first time. And they're stealing third with ease as Fritz goes to third. Frank, probably the Scrappers wouldn't mind with a big series against Arkadelphia. Non-conference game tomorrow against Fout. Go to Hope Friday. They wouldn't mind probably a 5-inning game here and save some arms. There's a pop-up on the infield. Who wants it? Second baseman, shortstop comes in behind the mound, and he calls him off, and so Arnold can't get the run in from third. There's two
Now
outs.
batting for the Scrappers, number 2, Zeus Hutchinson.
Zeus Hutchison comes to the plate. JT, I didn't ask Coach Stewart, do you know if JV is scheduled today?
I don't know. I really don't.
One hopper past the shortstop for a base hit, and Hutchison keeps his own base percentage climbing as he knocks in a run.
Got good line drive right then.
The scoreboard says Scrappers 11, Bobcats 1 in the second inning.
They're pounded out 9 hits now.
Pitcher Juarez, he doesn't have much velocity. Scrappers keep running, and Hutchison steals it easy.
One has tripled and reached on the error.
And throw back to second. Shortstop tries to sneak in behind Hutchison, but he gets back.
That's his third triple of the year, isn't it, too, Frank?
Yep, that is. That leads the team. 3.
Ball outside. Frankie, you batted 3 times in 2 innings usually means you're scoring a few runs.
It does.
Boone takes a cut at a ball low and misses. Fly ball to center. Carries center fielder back and over his shoulder makes a catch. Boone hit it hard but out. But the Scrappers score 3 runs. First 3 batters single and they all cross the plate. 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, a runner left. 11-1 Nashville. Boone back to the mound. He'll face the top of the Bobcat batting order. We'll be back in just 1 minute on B99.45.
Nashville 11, Hope 1.
It'll be the leadoff batter, their shortstop, Jaden Brown. First pitch of the game. He hit a ball to Fritz left at second base. He made a nice play and threw him out.
Yeah, Fritz made the web gem of the game so far on that one.
Leadoff for the Bobcats and with their leadoff batter, number 1, Jaden Brown.
Boone ready for his 3rd inning of work. He kicks and fires and a strike over the outside edge at the knees.
Boone has allowed 1 run on 1 hit, struck out 2, walked 2 so far on the day. The Scrappers enjoy a 11-1 lead.
Just outside, we see the Queen has gone up 2-1 over Arkadelphia. Top of the 3rd. That game's in Arkadelphia. Took a little off and Brown out front and fouled it at the plate. Boone's walked 2, allowed 1 hit. Now Magnolia goes up on Fairview 4-3 and Brown fouls it off. What inning's that, JT?
That one is in the bottom of the 2nd.
And he reaches for one and spoils it.
The Queen Arkadelphia game's in the top of the 3rd.
Pitch to Brown. Ball low. Two balls, 2 strikes. 11-1 Nashville. We play in the 3rd. Tapper to Honey. He waits on it, gets a big hop. Strong throw to first.
Honey's done a really good job over 3rd this
Now
year.
batting for the Bobcats, the center fielder,
Got good
number
feet on him,
3,
good arm,
Austin Courtney.
good glove.
You know, we've talked about Honey Frank. He's kind of he's just a baseball player is what he is.
Yeah, gonna hit 300. Gonna play good defense. Good job running the bases.
Austin Courtney's the batter.
He grounded at second his first time up.
And he takes a strike over the outside edge. Honey in about a step on the grass for this left-handed batter. and he hits it late and over the grandstand to the left side. Boone quickly up 0-2. Gage Green, the catcher. Strike 3 call. He painted the inside edge, and Courtney called out on strikes.
At bat for the Bobcats, the third baseman,
Trying to have a
number
clean
9,
inning
Jack
as he gets the first
Johnson.
2 out here in the third. Jack Johnson, he scored the Bobcat only run. He got on a walk. And a ball outside. And another ball just outside. Johnson drew a 2-out walk in the first, went to second on a wild pitch, and scored on a base hit, and he threatens to take another walk as ball 3 goes high. And a strike. 3-1, 2 outs. Nashville 11, Hope 1 in the third. Try to get a Scrapperette softball score for you from the station. And ball 4 goes just outside.
Johnson draws his second walk. Third
At
walk,
bat
he
for the
should go
Bobcats,
with
leading
3
catcher,
strikeouts.
number 8, Sam Johnson.
Sam Johnson, he's the catcher.
He singled in Jack Johnson in the first inning.
Scrapperets lead 6-0 over the Hope Lady Bearcats. Bobcats.
And a breaking ball and a good one for a strike by Boone. Got that score from JT. And strike 2 as Boone comes right back. Scrapperette's up 6-0. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and 3 pitches and 3 strikes, and down go the Bobcats as Boone gets his second strikeout of the inning. Nothing doing for Hope. Had a runner left, got on by a base hole ball. Scrappers come to bat. Bottom of 3. They will have the heart of the order up. Gray, Kirby, and Chambers come back and join us on B99.5. Scrappers up 11-1. Juarez back to the mound. Hayden Gray, Carson Kirby, Carson Chambers. They'll be the first 3 for the Scrappers in the third as the catcher Sam Johnson throws it down.
Leading off for the Scrappers in the bottom of the third inning.
Not a cloud in the sky, Frank, after we had the 10-inch deluge here 8 or 10 days ago. We've had some pretty weather.
We really have been a pretty spring.
Gray, the speedy right fielder.
We had the RBI in the first inning on the ground out. He singled and drove in a run, and well, both of those were in the first inning. 2 RBIs in that one inning.
All goes outside. 3-0 now, Gray. And a strike right down the middle. Israel Juarez is the Bobcat pitcher. Ground ball. Shortstop fields it and no chance for a throw deep in the hole to the right. Gray gets another hit.
Now batting for the Scrappers, number
Anthony
34,
on the day.
Carson Kirby.
For the Scrappers.
And on a day like today, there's a fight to get to the bat rack, Frank.
There is that. Everybody's wanting to take him big cut.
Here's Kirby. He's got one of the hits. There goes Gray. He'll steal it without a throw. And a half swing, and Kirby holds up. Frank mentioned Kirby leading the team in RBIs. Got a chance for another one right here. He tries a little breaking ball. It goes inside, and that's quickly 3-0. And a strike to Kirby. And ball 4.
Oh, takes time.
Coach Johnson going out to talk to his right-hander. Only a third walk issued by Juarez on the day.
And I think he's going to make a pitching change, Frank. And
Yep, Juarez is jogging over. He's pointing, moving people around.
so we're going to take it. And Frank, before we go to break here, as the Bobcats make a pitching change, hard to play, hard to coach this game when the pitching is below par.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it.
All right, Bobcats make a pitching change. Nashville ahead 11-1. They have the first 2 on here in the third. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll tell you who the pitcher is, and we'll be right back in 1 minute. The new pitcher for the Bobcats coming in from right field is the right-hander Aiden Dean. Reeves replaces him in right. They have some other position changes. The starting pitcher Juarez, he's at third. But the first batter that Aiden Dean will see will be Carson Chambers. He's got 5 total bases today and 2 at-bats, a home run and a single. Nobody out here in the third. Nashville up 11-1. Chambers, Honey, and Peyton Fritz
Now batting
will have
for
a
the
chance to
Scrappers,
increase
number
that
1,
lead.
Carson Chambers.
And a ball way outside.
Hope has now made defensive changes. Now pitching is the former right fielder, number 2, Aiden Dean.
heading to right field, but Chambers is out in front, and it'll be foul as it one-hops the chain link fence. Foul and sticks in the fence.
Pitcher number 11, Israel Juarez.
Scrappers having to wait on these pitches, but they've hit them pretty good today. And Chambers swings at a low pitch and fouls it at the plate. He's in the hole.
And now playing shortstop for Hope, the former third baseman, number 9, Jack Johnson.
Pitch to Chambers. Long look. Ball outside.
And now playing second base for Hope, the former shortstop, number 1, Jaden Brown.
New right fielder is playing Chambers deep.
Yes, he is, and the ball gets away, and both runners move up on the wild pitch.
If there was a warning track out there, he'd be halfway on it.
I guess you're saying that he really doesn't want to hit it over his head. Is that right, Frank?
Only one way he can get it over his head, and that's to get it out of here, but he draws a walk.
Now the bases are loaded.
Number 13, Mason Honey.
When he gets his RBI chances.
When he's walked, scored a run, he singled and scored another run.
Now the outfielders move around the left side for Honey. And Honey takes a pitch and the ball gets away and Gray scoots across the plate. That'll be a pass ball to the catcher, Sam Johnson.
12th run on the day for the Scrappers as they lead 12-1 here in the bottom of the third.
And Frank, with their win this season, Hope came out first inning or two. They tried to play, but they've kind of shut it down now. Honey fouls one off the end of his bat over by the Bobcat dugout. Last we checked, Scrapperettes were up over the Lady Bobcats over at Futrell Field. Ball goes behind Honey. And ball 3, and the new pitcher Dean is having trouble finding the plate. Hayden Fritz on deck. Inside, and the ball gets away, and the Scrappers will score another run on a pass ball. As Honey trots down to first.
Now batting for the Scrappers, the designated hitter, number 16, Peyton Fritz.
And the Bobcats have got to get 6 more outs for this to be an official game. Ball way low.
Hayden Fritz is singled both times up, scored 2 runs. He has a RBI.
Pop up. Who wants it? Second baseman wants it and catches it. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Scrappers, number 9, Brett Fritz.
And a strike at the letters.
Fritz walk, scored a sacrifice fly.
And the ball high and it gets away again. And the catcher's having trouble catching the ball this inning as another run crosses the plate. 8 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 so far here in the third. That adds up to about 14, Frank.
That's what my math says.
And a strike to Fritz. One out here. Nashville up 14-1. See how long Coach Stewart wants Luke Boone to throw. Ball in the dirt.
Well, nobody's warming up. He'll want him to get in a good day's work.
And a ball low. JT scoreboard says DeQueen 2, Arkadelphia 1, top of the 4th.
Yeah, Arkadelphia stranded the bases loaded with 1 out.
Little knock over the shortstop head will be a base hit as the outfielders play deep and they let it go to the wall. And Fritz is running to third base as the left fielder and center fielder don't cut it off. And so Brett Fritz has a triple.
Now batting for the Scrappers, number 17, Madden Arnold.
Madden Arnold reached on the air and popped up to short.
He's got an RBI and a run scored on the day.
And a swing and a miss by Arnold. Tapper toward the third and right at Coach Stewart, and he makes the play on 2 hops. Gives it back to the pitcher. He was an all-state baseball player at Rogers Heritage.
And Harding Bison in college.
And a good one from what I understand. Pop up. Who wants it? Shortstop calls it. Right at the third base bag, and the shortstop ran the former pitcher Juarez off and takes the pop up for the second out.
And he ran him off quick. He called that ball while he was still out there in the shortstop position.
Zeus Hutchison, the batter.
Just got an RBI on a ground out and an RBI on a single today.
And a ball. Ball 2 goes high. JT's going to try to get us a Magnolia Fairview update. Swing and a miss by Zeus.
Magnolia up 4-3 in the top of the 4th.
So they've got a good one going down there. Fairview took a quick 3-0 lead. Magnolia's come back. Magnolia literally playing to save their season at Fairview. Fly ball into left. Center fielder over, left fielder over, and they both watch it hit. Frank, really no excuse for that, and it'll go down as a double for Hutchison, but they're playing deep, high pop fly hit.
They both, center fielder was there and decided it was really the left fielder's ball because he was playing way over toward the left center field gap. He just stopped.
Now batting for the Scrappers, number 3, Luke
Left
Boone.
fielder thought he was going to catch it, so he stopped and it just fell right between them.
And Boone's the 9th hitter of the inning. And that one's probably going to drop. Let's see if the center field can get it. And he does get it in right center field as Boone flies out for the second time to center field. 9 to the plate for the Scrappers. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, a couple left. Nashville 15, Hope 1. Let's see if Boone comes back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Scrapper Baseball. Luke Boone is back to the mound. He'll face Israel Juarez, Drake Mathis, and Trey Hoagland.
Scrapper scored 8 in the first, 3 in the second, 5 in the third. Take a 16-1 lead against the Bobcats. We got everybody ready except the batter.
There is no batter in sight.
Should be Israel Juarez. There he comes.
There he comes. He was the starting pitcher. He trying to find his batting glove, Frank.
Leading off now in the top of the 4th inning.
He grounded out the second in the first inning.
The third baseman, number 11, Israel Juarez.
Hits it to Boone off his glove. Here comes Madden. He picks it up. Arnold throws and pulls him off the bag, and so deflected. Arnold did all he could, Frank.
He did. I'm going to put that down at the infield here.
Ball hit pretty hard by Juarez, deflected off of Boone's glove. Arnold came in behind the mound, scooped it and threw, and Juarez was safe. Boone throws a strike to Drake Mathis. Strikeout.
Struck out his first time up.
Strikeout victim, as Frank said, in the second. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Boone. And takes something off, and a strikeout from Mathis the second time.
That's 5th strikeout on the day for Luke Boone.
Bobcats.
Trey Hoagland is the batter.
Trey Hoagland.
Walked his first time at the plate.
And takes a ball outside. Scrappers and the Bobcats will play at Hope Friday afternoon. JT will have that call for you. It'll pop up over the screen. JT and I will be here at Wilson Park tomorrow at 4. Be a 4 o'clock start now tomorrow, non-conference game against Falk. Hogan leans back from a curveball for a ball 2. 2-1, 1 out. And he overthrows a fastball that goes to the screen for a wild pitch, and Juarez will go to second. Try to get a Scrapper Ed softball for you, either from JT or from back at the stadium after this half inning. And Hoagland takes his second walk of the day.
Scrapper Reds lead 9-1. game is in the
Now batting
bottom of the
for
sixth
Hope,
inning.
number 5,
Scrapperheads look like they're going to get a district.
Donnie
win.
Regas.
And Boone
Reeves.
way outside.
Donnie Reeves.
And a strike to Riley Bramlett. One out, runners at first and second for the Bobcats. They're way behind, 16-1. Swing and a miss. Bramlett shakes his head as he came up empty on the low pitch. Boone now up in the count 1-2, and a swing and a miss as he takes a little off for Boone's second strikeout of the inning and the second strikeout for Bramlett.
6 on the day for Boone against 2 hits.
Aiden Dean's the batter. He started in right field. He's now the
Now batting for
Bobcat
Hope will be
holder.
the pitcher, number 2, Aiden Dean.
He popped up to short his first time up.
And Boone now throwing strikes as a fastball right down the middle. Gray, Hutchinson, and Chambers all shallow in the outfield. And he throws a curveball for strike 2. And Luke Boone's thrown how many pitches, JT?
This is pitch number 60.
And it goes high. And when I talked to Coach Stewart today, he said he was hoping to let his starter Boone and his starter Friday Chambers throw around 60 pitches. So let's see if Boone gets through the fourth, and he swings and fouls back. Their pitcher, Aiden Dean. Boone up in the count 1-2, 2 outs. Ooh, and just high, and Boone starts walking off the mound, Frank, and I started to call strike 3.
I was calling strike 3 then.
Now ball goes to 3-2, and the runners at first and second will be off with the pitch. Now I think the umpire says it's 2-2. Doesn't matter, swing and a miss. And Dean goes down swinging. Boone strikes out 3 in the fourth. Scrappers come to bat in the bottom of the fourth. They've got a big lead. It's 16-1. We'll be back in 1 minute on B99.5.
Kirby's pitched 5 2/3 innings for the Scrappers, and 1-0 record. He struck out 3. He's got a 1.31 ERA.
JT, Luke Boone finished with around 60 pitches, I think.
Yeah, Luke Boone had 64 pitches.
He went 4 innings, allowed 1 run
Leading
on
off
2
for the
hits,
Hope
struck out
Bobcats.
7 and walked 4
In the top of the
on
fifth
the
inning, and
day.
leadoff batter.
The Queen and Arkadelphia go to the bottom of the 5th, and with 1 out, the Queen's still up 2-1 on the Arkadelphia Badgers. They've got a good one going over there as Kirby throws the ball outside.
David Brown has grounded to second on a web gem by Brent Fritz, and he's grounded to third.
And he hits it toward right field, and he hits it a long ways, and Gray's not going to get there. He's just going to go to the wall as Gray was playing shallow, and he'll cruise in with a double. Brown hit it hard to right field. Here comes Austin Courtney.
Courtney grounded to second. He was a strikeout victim looking his last time up.
And another good one going on in the district as Magnolia is up 4-3 in the top of the 5th over Fairview. And Kirby throws it way inside for a ball. Kirby a soft tossing left-hander.
Or crafty left-hander.
Crafty is the word. And the ball gets underneath Green's glove, and the runner goes to third base. Final over at Futrell Field. Scrapperettes beat the Lady Bobcats and way inside 11-1. Scrapperettes remain undefeated in conference play. And a quick 4-pitch walk to the batter. And the game is out of reach for the Bobcats, Frank, but Coach Stewart would like for the Scrappers to come on and have a decent, clean inning here.
Yeah, he'd like for Kirby to get some good work out there on the mound. Casey Daisy later down the line.
Jack Johnson, he's walked both times, and a ground ball to the right of the shortstop, and Arnold throws wild at second. It'll be an error as both runners will move up. Frank, I think it was a base hit. Ball was way to Arnold's right. He was kind of playing up the middle.
Yeah, it was. He came up, tried to make the play down there at the second. It wasn't going to get him. Going to be close, but wasn't going to get him. Throw goes wild.
Now batting for the
Ray
Bobcats,
Chambers both hustled
catcher
after the
number
ball.
8,
but
Sam
both
Johnson.
runners were Vance, and the Bobcats had a second run of the day.
And this is their cleanup hitter, Sam Johnson, the catcher. And a strike.
Johnson had a single and RBI in the first. He struck out in the third. (15-2). JT shows me the standings in 8. Crossett's 4-1, Warren's 4-1, Monticello's 3-2. Hamburg is 2-2. Top 4 go to the region. It'll be at DeQueen second weekend in May. We'll have all the scrapper action for you from DeQueen. Full count now. Scrapper's looking for the first out this inning. Swing, and he just fouls it. I mean, just fouls it off to the right. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Kirby. That ball had a little dip, and that's the first out here in the 5th.
batting for the Bobcats, The third baseman, number 11, Israel Juarez.
Here comes Juarez. He's at third base now, started on the mound.
As he grounded out his first time up, singled up the middle.
And a
in
big,
the fourth.
big cut, and he comes up empty at a high fastball. Game about an hour and a half old. Ground ball to short. On a long throw and low, and Chambers can't handle it. And a run will score. Frank, I think Arnold tried that long hop, but it kind of got in between on Chambers then.
Yeah, it was definitely in between hop.
Now batting for the Bobcats, number 33, Drake Mathis.
Bobcat scored 2 on that.
Now, tell me the score, Frank, because the 10-run lead is starting to get in jeopardy.
Had 16-4.
16-4. And a big swing and a miss, and Mathis, who's already struck out twice, is in the hole 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and now the Scrappers are 1 out away, and Mathis has struck out 3 times today. What do you call that, Frank?
That's
Now batting for the Bobcats, the left fielder, number 7,
Hat
Trey
trick.
Hoagland.
It's the hat trick.
He'll go with the 4 strikeout day.
And now Chambers throwing strikes to Trey Hoagland.
Oakland walked both times up so far.
Ball gets away from Green, but not far enough for the runner to advance. Scrappers made a couple of errors this inning, and a base hit and a couple of base hits and a walk have given the Bobcats 3. It's 16-4. Ball high. Kirby trying to end it here. And a late swing by Hogan. Now the Scrappers are an out away from ending it. Strike 3 call as Kirby paints the inside corner. And that'll end the ball game in 5, but in the 5th, the Bobcats get 3 runs on 2 hits. There were a couple errors and a runner left. Teams will shake hands. We're going to take a long break. Frank will come back. He'll have the game summary. He'll have the highlights. Then we'll have one of the Scrapper seniors, either Banks Ray or Mason Honey. We'll talk to them. Then we'll talk to Coach Stewart. Scrappers win this one 16-4. We're going to take about a 2.5-minute break. Come back for the post game. B99.5. We'll be right back.
They commit 2 errors and they
Scrappers defeat the winless Hope Bobcats 16-4 here at Wilson Park this afternoon. Scrappers gave up a run in the top of the first, came back with 8 in the bottom of the first, and Frank Scrappers were never headed after that.
No, they weren't. All contributed today. Played pretty good defense for the most part, and did what they were supposed to do.
Give us the highlights of the game and the game summary.
Well, line score on the day of the game, Nashville 16 runs on 12 hits. They committed 2 errors, left 6 on base. Hope ended up with 4 runs on 4 hits. They committed 3 errors, left 6 on base. At the plate, everybody contributed here somewhere. Luke Boone a triple and 2 runs. Hayden Gray had a couple of singles in the run. Carson Kirby 2 runs, 1 for 2 on the day. Carson Chambers big 2-run home run and a single. 3-run scores. Mason Honey 3-run scores, 1 for 2 at the plate. Peyton Fritz was 2 for 3 at the plate with 2-run scores. Brent Fritz had a 1 for 1 day and reached base a couple other times with a triple and a whip him out there at second. Matt Arnold contributed a run and an RBI. Zeus Hutchinson 2 for 3 with a double and a RBI for the Scrappers. Luke Boone is the winning pitcher. 4 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, 2 hits, struck out 7, walked 4.
And Frank, after the Scrappers step out of conference with a non-conference game tomorrow against Fife, they need to go down and take care of business at Hope Friday. That sets up a big next week series with the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Yeah, it does, and they ought to get good competition out of Falk. I don't know how they're doing this year. They usually have a good ball club, so they could use a good tight ball game this week before going back to Hope on Friday.
All right, we're going to talk to, before we talk to Coach Stewart, we're going to talk to Scrappers senior Banks Ray. Banks is going to get the headset on here. All right, Scrapper senior second baseman and pitcher Banks Ray here. And Banks, I remember back, I guess 6 weeks ago, Banks in the Ralph Gross tournament, you had the big game-winning 3 RBI double over the center fielder. You still remember that, don't you?
Oh, yes, sir. I remember that. That was a great feeling.
So, Banks Scrappers started off the season hot, then you hit a little slump. Talk about the series last week with DeQueen. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Oh, it was real good to come out and win those 2 against the Queen because, like you said, we were in a slump. We needed those 2 wins really bad.
And Luke Boone, he went over there and set the tone last Tuesday. Boone was really good. Y'all played really good defense. Coach Pryor and I have mentioned it. Ended the game on a 1-4 3 double play. We've really liked the way you played second base, and being an old infielder myself, I really like the way you turn the double plays. You do a good job on the turn.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It felt good to turn that last double play of the game.
And then we come back and we really put it on the Leopards. Mr. Carter they're having a good one with Arkadelphia, but we're setting up for a big series. We need to go down and take care of Hope next Friday, and then we're setting up for a big series with Arkadelphia. That ought to be fun next week.
Yes, sir. We need to go to Hope Friday and not mess around and go get that win and then get ready for Arkadelphia week. It's going to be a good one.
So, Banks, you've played Scrapper baseball for 4 years now. Last year was a little disappointing because you had that shoulder injury, didn't hardly have any action. You've come back strong this year, played a good second base, thrown a few innings. What's the best part about Scrapper baseball?
I think the best part about Scrapper baseball is just coming out here and having fun with your friends and get to play the game you love.
All right, and so now all of a sudden you look up and here in about a month, you're getting ready to graduate from high school. How about that?
I know, it's a crazy feeling. It feels like I was a freshman just not too long ago.
And I remember I told all you guys, I say that every year, when y'all were over at junior high a few years ago, I'd say, guys, you're going to turn around twice and you're going to be a senior. You can't see it when you're in the 7th or 8th grade. But here it is now. What are your future plans after graduation?
That's very true. It does come pretty quick. But my future plans, I'm going to go probably here at Cossatot and do my 2 years here and get a business degree. I haven't thought too far past that, honestly.
All right, well, I've enjoyed watching you play baseball for the last 4 years for the Scrappers. It's not over yet. This team can do some big things. Good luck in the coming weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And here comes Coach Zach Stewart. As we'll talk to Coach Stewart. And Coach Stewart, Frank and I talked about it before the ball game. Kind of what you want to do in these kind of games, you want to come back and kind of come out and play against yourself, play to your standard. Bobcats got a run, and then you pretty well ended the game with 8 in the first. Talk about the ball game.
Yeah, no, we came out. I mean, we hit the ball really well to start the game. I mean, I thought we hit the ball well the whole game. Even some of our outfield, Boone, I think threw out to right center twice. I mean, he had good barrels on a couple of them. We did have a couple pop-ups in the infield. That's no good. But I thought we hit the ball in the barrel. And until the fourth inning, we started kind of hitting runners up. Then we kind of got away from it a little bit there, going in top of the fifth, made 2 errors, walked in, they had a hit, and then all of a sudden you look up and we've given up 3. But Luke came out and threw strikes. Kirby, he hasn't pitched much for us this year, but he throws a lot of strikes. And, he came out and walked the second guy, which is not like him. And then, like I said, we had a couple we did what we were supposed to.
All right, and you got Falk coming in here. And by the way, there's only 2 more games at Wilson Park. If anybody wants to see the Scrappers in person, they need to show up tomorrow at 4, and hopefully a big game a week from Friday at 5.
That's right. Take care of business on Friday, and then next week we'll play for conference championship. We take care of business, we win out of conference, then we'll come away with 3 in a row. Since I've been here, 3 in a row conference championship.
And so, I don't know, Coach Perry and I don't know much about Falk. They have been in our district before. Coach Kyle Slayton a long time ago came from Falk to Nashville. They've got a reputation as a good baseball school. Do you know anything about them this year?
We played them earlier in the year. We beat them 6-2. I mean, they were solid. They didn't throw their one, which they have conference and we have conference. I mean, that's what you're doing for midweek. You're throwing midweek guys, but they hit it okay. They played solid defense, so we're going to have to show up and play. But I mean, they're a solid ball team. I mean, I think they're maybe the 3 seed in their conference, going into regional here in a couple weeks.
Are you prepared to say who you're going to start tomorrow?
Jaden Goodson's going to start tomorrow. Jaden Goodson's going to start. John Walsh be behind him. Hopefully those 2 will take care of it. That way we've got everybody for Friday if needed. But then we've also got a JV game against Mineral Springs Thursday here. And so we're going to have to play another JV game. We went to Genoa last week on Wednesday, played them a good ball game, and then play Mineral JV only Thursday night, and then we play them again at Mineral next Wednesday.
JT has had some updates for us, and I'll tell you right now, Fairview started the game with a 3-0 lead over Magnolia. Magnolia has come back, and they're up 5-3 down the top of the 6th. They've got a good one. And how about this? The Leopards and the Badgers are 2-2, and where is that, JT?
Bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th. They've got a dandy going.
Yeah, a couple good ball games. Camden's got a chance. Magnolias, they've got to beat Camden. They've got to win the series against Camden, and then they play Hope last series, so they've got to take care of business to be the 4. And then Arkadelphia and DeQueen, that's another big series. DeQueen right now sitting in 3rd, but if they sweep Arkadelphia, then next week there could be a change from 1 all the way to 3.
We'll let you go. You're getting ready to play JV. I look out here and I see who have you got on the mound out there.
Jeremy Barrett.
All right, so JV getting ready to start. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon. Had another good interview with one of your seniors, Banks Ray, and I guess we're going to have Mason Honey for our final senior tomorrow.
Mason Honey will be the final senior tomorrow.
All right, Scrappers win this one 16-4. JT and I'll have the call for you on B99.5 at 4. We'll be on the air a few minutes before 4 with starting lineups in the pregame. JT will have it live streamed on YouTube.